Hello, this is Jason Hendler, and now I'm going to do exercise 8 on page 128. And this part does have symmetry, just like the other part, in spite of some of those off-symmetric features like the cut and the little protruding boss. But left to right and front to back, there's still a lot of symmetry. So I'm going to do an extruded boss. I'm going to select this top plane, and I'm going to do a center rectangle. I'm going to select there, and this part is 7 inches by 3.5, so I'm going to try to stretch it out close to that, and then I'm going to Smart Dimension, and then Exit Sketch and Extrude, and this part is 1 inch tall. So I hit check, and there is my starting block. The next major feature is a hog out, so I'm just going to select that top plane, and I'm going to do an extruded cut. I'm going to go normal 2. Again, I'm going to use my center rectangle. I'll select anywhere on that plane, and then pretty much anywhere on that line, and then I'll let my Smart Dimension do the rest. This is going to be 1.5 inches. And this dimension is going to be 3 inches. And then I say check, exit sketch, and I want this to go through all. And now I have that part or that feature created. So now I have my basic shape. There are a couple of little divots and extrusions, so I'm going to go ahead and do those. So again, I need to do an extruded cut, and it's again going to be off the surface. Going to go normal 2. And these features, I'll draw the one on the side because that's the one that's dimensioned properly. And so I'll go ahead and draw that rectangle. And there's a lot of symmetry there, and I could have used some of that, but since they did provide the proper dimensions, I'll just go ahead and dimension it the way they did. So this is 0.75, and this is 2 inches. This dimension is 0.625, and this dimension is 0.75. Interesting that they use the other one to give you this dimension. So I'm done. I'll exit my sketch. And this is a blind cut that goes down 3/4 of an inch, so I'll put in 0.75 here. And hit check. And now if I go to my ISO view, I can see that it's in there. We have the same feature on the other side, so when I select that feature and say mirror, it wants to know what I want to mirror about, and it is about that. So that puts in my basic 2 cuts, and then I just have this little extruded boss to do at the top, so I'm going to do a boss. I'm going to draw that normal 2. I'm going to use my center rectangle. I'm going to Smart Dimension. This side is 2 inches. And sometimes you have to hunt for these dimensions because they put them in different views. This is 1 inch. And it's a 1/2 inch from, oops. There. hit sketch, and it ends up being 1/2 inch off the bottom. So I go to ISO view. Okay, so now I got all my shapes. So now I want to put in my radii. And here it's critical to put the radii in the correct order, or you will get a slightly different shape. So the first radii I'm going to put in is going to be on these corners. So let me put in a fillet, and the dimension on these radii is 1/2 inch. So I'll put in 0.5. And then if I select here, remember this little box comes up and it lets me put in all of those all the way around. So I hit check, and that looks proper. Next I need the radii around basically this top surface, and then these two bottom surfaces down there. So I'm going to tilt this a little bit, and so when I do my fillet, and then I need to put in this really small radii, which is 1/8 of an inch. I'll put in 0.125, and then I will select that top surface, and then that bottom surface, and that bottom surface, and select check, and now all of those radii are in. And then the last thing I have to do is shell, and unfortunately they didn't mention how thick to shell this, so I'm just going to use the same shell dimension that they have on the last drawing, which is again an 1/8 inch. And so I'm going to put in 0.125, check, and there is the shell. So now that feature is completely shelled out. And then finally we want to edit the material to be ABS. So let's get rid of the steel and go down to the plastics, select ABS, apply, and close. So now the part looks white. And then we do, as always, we do a save as. This is exercise 8-JMH, and select save.